Hello, beautiful people. Here's a question to reflect on. Who are you without the titles? Recently, I have had a realization of how my identity was starting to fade away, right? And by identity, I mean my sense of self. I had the realization that my job was becoming my identity, right? All I thought about was work day in and day out. If I woke up, already was planning ahead. During it, of course, doing my job, but getting out of work, also thinking about planning for the next day, right? All I could think about was that. I would have conversations with my loved ones, with friends, and I didn't realize then, but now that I had the realization that all I was talking about was work, 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 right? And as much as I love what I do, I realized that it wasn't healthy, right? It's everything comes with moderation, right? And so I realized that this specific job was, as much as I loved it, was taking a big chunk of my life. And the reason why I didn't notice it when I started and in the middle of it was because I genuinely enjoy what I do. I love it. It's the first job that I can say aligns with my studies and what I've been wanting to do, the experience I've been wanting to have, right? Because I am someone who wants to do my career, my purpose within the mental health field, right? I just don't have that full clarity yet on what direction I want to take. And so I am in my explorative, if that's a word, phase where I want to see where I am, where I can make the most impact, right? And I'm not a person that is looking to create like huge impact right away. If that's God's plan, great. But I'm more of a person that like small steps, small actions lead to a big impact. But this job specifically was already giving me that glimpse of the impact that I am able to make in others' lives, right? And so all I thought about was how can I get better? What can I do better so that what I do can serve the purpose, right? I felt like I finally found my purpose, and life came in and kind of stripped it away, right? And although I don't see this life transition, this unexpected change as a bad thing per se, um, I believe that also as humans, we are constantly looking for change. We constantly get bored. We want something different. We want something new, and there's nothing wrong with that. The challenge comes when the change comes unexpectedly, and it's kind of like someone removing the rug under you, and you fall or trip and you're like, whoa, where did that come from, right? And so that comfort goes away. And so this job was becoming kind of like a comfort spot to my mind, my heart, my soul. Like, not gonna lie, it was not an easy job. It had its challenges. I was starting to feel burnt out, which was like another, I don't want to say red flag. Like, it is a red flag if you're starting to feel burnt out in your job, but like burnt out in the sense that like I realized I wasn't making time for anything else. Like, not even my own needs, not even my sense of joy, what I like to do that allows me to continue going, right? And so I knew sooner or later the burnout was going to take a toll on me, right? And I knew I had to make a change out of it, but I wasn't expecting for life to be like, I'm going to do it for you. And so recently, and when I say recently, I mean like within the past week, I realized, I'm like, wow, like, who am I outside of work? Who am I outside of my title, right? Um, I had a moment where I became really overwhelmed, and I started tearing up because I was like, oh wow, like, did I really not catch on that I was losing my sense of self because I prioritize my job so much? And that made me sad because, again, as much as you love to do something, and this is not just job related, right? Like, this is my own personal experience right now, but it's any title you carry. especially like if you're in your family, like are you the provider? Are you the head of the household? If you're a parent, right? You're a mom, you're a dad. Um, if you're a caregiver, right? All these roles can take over your needs and your wants and your sense of self to the point that you lose yourself, right? And it's not healthy, right? It's not healthy. We end up abandoning our needs. We end up forgetting about that we are also worthy to experience joy and other things outside of our responsibilities. And so I felt like this was a good time to open up about about this realization that I had of how easy it is to lose our identity and not even be aware of it while it's happening. And so, what I want to end this video on with is um, find if you are catching yourself in that same path where you're like, something is off here, right? Like, I'm not feeling like myself. I'm not doing what I used to want to do, or what would bring me joy, or what would help me feel and be in balance in life. Then take a step back and reprioritize the titles that you carry, right? Or at least make a day or a few moments. A lot of times we feel like we need to reshift everything. We need to, and we do sometimes. We just have to do that. But we don't have to do a whole 360 to regain our identity and our sense of self back. Sometimes we just need those few minutes a day. Sometimes we need a full day, or a mini getaway, right? And by mini getaway, I'm not always saying vacation time. I'm talking about, like, what do you like to do that makes you feel centered, that makes you feel whole, that does not require you to be responsible for anyone else other than yourself, right? And so, with that being said, remember, you are more than what you do. You are not what you do. You are who you are within yourself. Thank you for watching.